where some grant agencies, the funding is getting just more and more difficult. The success rates of getting funded becomes harder and harder. We have faculty members at all our institutions who historically have lived off of grants, and now they're pursuing contract money for the first time. So I think this really underlines the point that David was making, is you have to treat contracts very differently from grants. You have to understand that the rules and the allowances that you had under grants don't apply to contracts. And the story that I like to tell to illustrate this is a faculty member who had received a lot of grants, and now she had a contract, and there were 6 CLINs on the contract. A CLIN is a contract line item number, and so each one is associated with a deliverable. You're going to be doing these 6 things, and this is the amount that is associated with each of those 6 things to be delivered. She spent all of the money associated with all 6 CLINs, but she only delivered 4 of the 6. And she only got paid for the 4 that she delivered. And the reason why is because contracts are a procurement. The government is buying something. You only get paid for what you deliver. And the faculty member was distraught by this and really confused, because she said, based on the way task 3 worked out of these 6 tasks, tasks 4 and 6 were impossible. There was no way to do task 4 and 6 because of the outcome of task 3. So she did everything that she could reasonably be expected to do. Why won't they pay her the full amount? And the problem is she's getting confused between a grant and a contract. In a grant, you can state what your research objectives are. You can state lots of research objectives. You do as much good work as you can with the grant funds that are available, and you deliver your final report and say, this is what I did. But a contract is where the government is buying something. And if the contract is they're buying 100 microwave ovens, but you only deliver 92 microwave ovens, you're only going to get paid for 92. You're not going to get paid for the 8 you don't deliver. A procurement and a financial assistance agreement are different, and we need to help our faculty members who are transitioning from the grant world to the contract world to understand that difference, and also to understand that if you do have an issue where your scope of work has evolved, you want to be communicating, obviously, with your grant officer if your scope of work evolves, but it's even more important on a contract. If you're not going to be delivering what you said you were going to be delivering, to get all of that formally modified in the contract, not just casual conversation. The contract needs to be modified to show that the deliverables are no longer what was originally anticipated, and that the government is cool with what you're doing.